Hello and welcome to Solution Code.
In this video, we will see about the grid system practically by implementing two of the simple layouts which I have selected for this video. So it will clear all the basics of grid system. Those who have not watched my previous video, I would recommend that please watch this previous video and then you continue with this video so everything would be understood to you. So these are the two layouts which I have selected. One is like this, three boxes in a row, and the same would be repeated for the three times or maybe more. And the second layout, the image is very small, but the layout is clear. So this is row 1, row 2 and row 3. So it will have one row of full width, then this row is divided into three columns. First and the last one is of the same width, and the center one is covering the entire space remaining, and the last one is again the entire width of the row. So basically we'll start with this layout and then we'll achieve this one too in this video. So this is the basic starter template of Bootstrap. So let's start coding from the first one. So as per the grid system rule of Bootstrap 4, we need a container or container fluid. So let's make it as a container fluid, and then we will have number of rows containing a group of columns. So this would be row, and for every row I will assign my class, custom class. If I want to give any other styles to particular rows, I would be able to do that. Now here I can see that 1 2 3 and this is repeated. So I will just I'll just make a class called 4 because I want 3 in a row. So basically the total space allotted by Bootstrap 4 is of 12 columns. So 12 divided by 3 is nothing but 4. So there would be 4 4 4, so 3 times. So it is covering the sum is again it is 12. Now what I will do is, now I can see that there is a padding here from all the sides. So to achieve the padding, I will make a div class called 12. So inside call 4, again Bootstrap divides the width into 12 equal columns. So I will just use this class to achieve the padding, because Bootstrap automatically assigns 15 pixel padding to each of these classes. I will show you practically what I'm saying. I will not give it any numbers right now, but I will just do one thing. I'll just paste it twice. Okay, now I would like to assign a class. I would call it as W4, which is a wrapper for column D4. You can give it any name as per your convenience. I will call it column 12. Okay, so this is going to be repeated because we have same style for all of this, and W4 is also going to be repeated. Now let's open this file in browser. So for that I'm using Sublime, and I'll just copy this path. I'll just paste the path here. I would remove this htdocs with localhost, and I'll just hit enter. So this is showing me the blank template. Nothing has appeared because we haven't given anything. Let's do one thing. Let's give it 1 2 and 3. Let's give it as a number. So here I can see that it is 1, 2 and 3. Now let's first code it, the styles for 1, 2 and 3. As I have coded it for the small devices, so as I have explained in my last video that Bootstrap 4 styles classes scales up, so every device which is greater than call will automatically take the same styles. That means all the devices. So let's do it one thing. I would like to add a background for this class. I would use this plus to add new rules. Okay, I would just select this. I would like to give it a height, maybe 300 pixels. Okay, 300 I think, so it's greater right now. Let's give it as 100 pixels only for now, and let's give it a background of say yellow. Okay, and a border of 2 pixels solid, and the color would be #333. Maybe we can increase this. Okay, so this is it. Now what I will do is I'll just copy the styles from here, and if you don't have the style tag, you can create it here. For this video I'm just doing it this way. So when I reload, this appears as it is. Now here I would just repeat this for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 3 is 9. Okay, so now it is appearing properly, but if you will notice, the space between the two boxes are not appropriate. So what I will do is I will again come here. I will give it as a margin bottom. Margin bottom would be suppose 10 pixels or maybe 15 pixels. Okay, and we can reduce the padding for W4. So let's copy this style from here and paste it in the style area. Write this. Okay, so this will appear like this, but if you see, it is not aligned properly. So I would reduce the padding. So currently it is taking padding 15, 15. So I would just do it 8. Maybe this. Yeah, let's keep it as 5 pixels. Okay, and accordingly I will adjust the margin bottom. So I would just paste this here, and I would check what would be the best. Now I'll just take it up, 0. So this is the best. I would just copy it here. I will replace this here. Now here the color is white and we have just given the color as yellow. If we scale it up, it will look like this. So we can change the height as per the media queries, but currently I will just increase the height to suppose 300. So it will look like this. Maybe 200. Better. 300. Or 100, like this. So it is almost similar. We can decide what devices we want like the height to appear and how much to appear using media queries. That we will learn in the later videos, but currently we have achieved our goal of setting up a layout like this. If you will view it here, you will see that it is almost similar, just we have coded the colors as a different just to make it a little bit more attractive. Now let's do the second example. Okay, I will just minimize this, and here I would just start with the new layout. I would just do a partition here, and I would start here. Again the same thing, class, container, fluid, then comes your row. In row I can see that there are 3 rows, so I would make 3 rows differently, and as I told, I will assign classes to each rows. I would give it as a class call 12, as it is taking the entire space. For the first one I would call it as C12. Okay, then I will have a second row. I would just make it as second row. I would call it as wrapper 2, so W2, and then there are 3 columns in that particular row, so I will just call it class. I would give it as 2 plus 8 plus 2, so it will be called 2. Call 2, and the remaining is 4 minus 12. Basically 12 minus 4 is nothing but 8. Again I will give it as a class C2, C8. Again the names can be anything as per your choice. I am just using a simple so that it is easy to understand. And with all of this I will, let's see what can be done. I think so the classes may not be repeated. C12 is repeated, so for C12 I will just call it C12-1. Apart from that I don't think so anything is repeated, and here also I will call it as 1-1, so that the styles are not repeated. Okay, now just similar to what we did for achieving the padding, for achieving this padding, same logic we will apply it here also. So here we will apply, like it is 12 already, but still we need a padding. So what we will do is we will just give it as call 12 and the class to be assigned inside. Similarly, for achieving padding here, we will do class call 12 and the class will be, I think so, called it here. Okay, again to achieve it here I would just give it as a class call 12 and C8. and I will just remove it from here. Same thing I would do it here, class called 12 and C2. Okay, now is the time when we will just load it here, the layout what we tried to develop. Currently we haven't done anything, so it is looking like this. Or for simplicity, what we can do is we can assign a row, or we can assign something data so that it is represented somehow. So this is the row 2 and the third row will be same as row 1. So I'll just copy the row 1 and I would paste it here. There might be some numbers achieving here. Okay, coming here, basically I can see that there is 12. Okay, and after that we have a second row. Second row is again 2, 8 and 2, and then there is again a third row which is looking like this. Now what we need to do is, first of all, let's give it some colors so it is easily identified. So for that I'll just give it as a background red maybe, and like a padding of maybe 1 rem. 1 rem is okay for this. I'll just increase the size it like a little bit, maybe like this for this one. So basically this is, I will just copy the code and here I will just give it a comment, second style, and we will just paste it here. Let's reload it so everything remains well. Next thing is for the second row. Here what we will do is we will give it a different color currently. So it is will be background maybe green or so, and we will give it as a padding of 1 pixels. Okay, 1 rem. I will just copy the style from here and I will just paste it here. If you want, you can remove this call 12, or you can keep it as it is. If your style is not going to change, you can keep it like this. So this is the basic structure. If you want, we can code it for this also. C8. As for C8, I would just give it maybe yellow and a padding of again 1 rem to make it look identical. Now if I see that the padding between the green and yellow is a bit higher, currently there is 16 and 16, there is 32 padding. So what I'll do is I would try to reduce the padding to say 10 pixels. Okay, maybe not here. We'll need it here. Padding 0. So that's it. So for this, what I will do is I would just try to give it as a class w8, and we will remove the padding from here. Padding 0. Okay, I have just not copied the styles of this. Background yellow and padding would be 1 rem, same as the others. So now our layout looks like what we wanted to achieve. Mostly it is looking the same, but still I can see that there is some padding mistakes. I cannot see any padding between the first. So for that we have already given a row with a class. What I will do is I will just include a margin bottom 10 pixels maybe. Okay, I'll just give it as 10. Okay, so this is one thing, and the next would be for this W2. Again, there would be a margin of 10 pixels. Okay, looking good. Now I'll just copy this and paste it here. So let's reload the page. Everything should remain as it is. Now I think so the padding between this should be minimized. So here if I will do a padding of suppose 12, okay, so basically this will distort everything. So here in this case, in case of call 2, I will just give it as a class C22 maybe, and I will do some styling to it, dot C22. And here what I will do is I will just do padding left and padding right. Padding left maybe 10 pixels and padding right maybe 10 pixels. Yes, now it's looking good. Okay, but I think so I'm padding left because yes, now it is looking good. But here if I'll see, the color is different. So how to take this color? Just enter color tag, put any random colors, and I don't want this color from the image, so I will just copy this hex code and I'll paste it everywhere here, so it will look similar to this. So everywhere I need to change the colors. Yes, it's looking good. Just I can see that there is some padding correction which needs to be done here in case of 1, 2, 3. What I will do is let's commit here. In this case I need to do padding left as 10, so it will look identical. So I can give a different class to this. For 1, 2, 3 I will give it as a different class, and I will just repeat this styling, and I will just change the name of the class. Yes, so we have achieved both the images. I hope the grid layout system is now clear to you. If you have any sort of doubts in your mind, just don't hesitate, just comment below. I will try to answer all of your queries. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and also don't forget to press the bell icon if you haven't, so that you are always updated with my content. Whenever I post a video, you will get the notifications first. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.